In the 608 this morning, we are talking about coffee and what it takes to roast it.
Our Josh Sprider is live in Mount Horeb this morning with a closer look. Hey, Josh.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we're at Mounds View Roasters this morning, and take a look at what I have in my hands. This is what I just roasted between the last segment and now. These are the coffee beans that went through this machine behind us, and this morning, Michael Cleary is showing us a little bit about that process. So what exactly happened after I pushed that green button?
Sure. So the coffee drops in from the hopper, and then we agitate it around in the drum, and we're applying heat from the back. It's roughly, 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit heat. Not necessarily all the time. We're also kind of modulating in fresh air with that, so we get a desired temperature to come in. And we measure it with these thermocouples here to kind of keep track of where the beans are at and how hot they're getting and how long they've been roasting for and things like that. So we typically roast for about 9 minutes. I think with this one we did about 10 minutes, it looks like. After that, Josh hit the button, the door opened up, and then we stir and then apply a fan to pull all the heat off of it to stop any more roasting from happening. And then from there, we have this apparatus called a destoner. Coffee is dried on the grounds in the countries where it's grown, most often anyways. And then, so we lift the coffee beans up, and then the stones are heavy enough that they fall on the bottom. We didn't check it. I mean, we'll have to check it before you leave, but to see if there's any stones in there. And then actually at the end, it comes out. And
Open up the chute.
Yeah, out the chute, and there we go.
There it is. So this is from that batch right there. I mean, this is such a unique process, and this is what you obviously do to be able to make the coffee that we love to drink at home each and every morning.
Right. Yeah, and so I'm very fortunate being a food processing plant. I have my own brand, but I'm also working with other companies around the area to either supply my coffee, or if they want to have a Josh Sprider coffee, I can do any of those things. It's just called what we call in the industry as private labeling. So yeah, it's a great industry to be in. You have some versatility to what you want to offer, how you want to offer it. It's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot, and yeah, the guy, Mr. Victor Allen, was very helpful in getting me going with it.
I love that story. I love that history. So if people are interested in finding your coffee, where can they find this?
Sure. So it's moundsviewroasters.com. So you can see the different offerings I have, and yeah, otherwise if you're looking for it out in the world of the 608, Icky Sticky, Cook's Room in Dodgeville, Sauzier just started in Verona, so there's lots of places for you to find Mounds View Roasters coffee.
And we'll have that all of it up on channel3000.com. All right, I got to bring in Chris, Shane, and Kelly if he's listening here, because you picked out a coffee for each and every one of us on News 3 Now this morning.
So I don't know if there's any history behind it or not, but Leah was able to get some free coffee after a mishap a while back, but I want to make sure everybody had a chance to get some coffee this time.
Yeah, Leah, if you remember back, I think this was the start of the pandemic, Leah spilled her coffee all over the news desk, and you actually sent her some.
We did,
and
yeah.
we loved it, because I know we actually made some of that at the station.
Right on.
All right, so why did you pick the coffee for each of us here?
So, I mean, we get to know all of you, watching you every morning, and we know bits and pieces. And so for Josh, we went with the lakefront living. I think that's self-explanatory.
Oh, that's perfect.
For Mr. Sprider.
That's perfect.
Leah gets another bag, even though she's not in the studio. A little trailside. If you know anything about Leah, I think she's pretty fond of heading out to the state parks and being trailside.
Perfect.
Kelly, my friend, I heard you loud and clear this winter. No more cold. Let's get to the heat. So a little cabin fever for Kelly.
I'm all about that.
Chris, we got you the Mounds View medley. You're kind of bringing it all together. You're bringing the group and kind of stirring the pot, if you will. Shane, we got you River's Edge. I know that there at least one day a year you're probably near a river somewhere down in Chicago, so we went with River's Edge.
Very good point.
And then for our Mr. Mark here, we did Valley Grove Honduran coffee, and Mark spent some time down in Honduras.
I love that. Yes, you did so good.
Yeah,
Cool.
We're big fans in the Cleary House.
I love that. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
The guys back in the studio appreciate it as well.
Awesome.
So thank you again, channel3000.com if you'd like to learn more. Guys, I think he hit the nail on the head with all of these coffee flavors for each and every one of us. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Can't wait to try it.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hey, thank you, Josh, in Mount Horeb this morning, learning how coffee is roasted.
Very cool. Awesome story.